A while ago, I posted a video on a local diet challenge. This is something that we have been trying to do as much as we can for the past maybe 2 years now, where we're trying to eat mostly food that is fresh, that is local, and that is seasonal. That video I recorded in the summertime when there was an abundance of food, and so you would look around and say, well, it's pretty easy to eat off the land or to eat local food or so. But right now we're in the middle of winter, and so there's not a lot of food other than that we have been able to store. But I like to bring back the whole principle or the whole idea of a permaculture diet. Okay, so in permaculture, we look for opportunities and we take advantage of them. And so, for example, this winter has been relatively mild so far. Well, I mean, today is the 2nd of January, but so far has been really mild. And what has happened is that we still have crops in the ground that we are actually harvesting from and been eating from for the past month or so. This is something that we hadn't anticipated, especially because I didn't plan these crops to be winter crops. All I have done is to put some fabric just to protect them a little bit, but by no stretch of the imagination this was intended to protect these crops from a harsh winter. Lucky for us, we haven't had a harsh winter, at least so far, and what that means is that we have a significant amount of food still in the ground. What is best is that this is food that we can pick up fresh and eat. And I'd like to take you along for a tour of what we still have in the ground, of what we are still harvesting and from which we are eating, and stuff that is incredibly delicious, that is fresh, and that is local. And for your reference, let me say that we are in growing zone 6B. We're in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. We're very fortunate in that we live in an area that we don't have extreme weather, either winter or summer. So this is very temperate, very mild to, well, relatively speaking. But we do get snow, and it gets hot in the summertime. But we get to see 4 seasons, which is wonderful. As I take you on this little tour of our still productive garden, I'm gonna pick up a basket and a knife, and we're gonna harvest ourselves some food for dinner tonight. So this is part of our market garden. This is the area that's still producing. Well, it has been a little windy today, and so the row covers have been blown away, some of them, even though they have support. Some of them have been altogether ripped with these things have been up for several weeks now. And some of our other beds are covered with tarps. Anyways, we'll start with this section here since we're nearby, and this is something that's given us a great delight these past few weeks. We have a nice crop of spinach growing beautifully and healthy, and quite delightful. So this has been great, and it's so incredibly sweet. And the one thing, okay, I can't resist this. The one thing about spinach, which is something that I didn't anticipate, is that because of the kind of temperatures that we've been having, it is actually growing. Certainly more than I expected. And so I planted spinach in the fall, thinking that we'll have something to harvest up until around Christmas or so. And so in the past we've let it overwinter, and then we have some spinach in the spring. But I hadn't planned to market any of these spinach. In retrospect, had I done that, I would have had a very healthy very productive crop of spinach that I could have sold this winter. In any event, we have been harvesting quite a bit of spinach from this bed, and there's plenty here for many meals and to share with people. We have some bok choy over here that has also been putting up with the weather. It's a little beat up, but still good, green, edible. And we've been enjoying some of this. Let's see if we can uncover and see what we can see. This nice bok choy. It'll make a nice stir fry. It'll be great in soups or so. And if you clean it, if you clean the leaves that have, you know, rotten or so, it actually looks quite beautiful. Look, as we get inside this, looks really nice. And so, I might harvest some of this for dinner tonight. Some of this. There's quite a bit of that bok choy. I wasn't planning on that for dinner, but now I'm feeling like bok choy. So I'm gonna open this up and show what we have under here. What we have on this bed is, well, some leftover radishes. But this is what I want to share with you. We have some really delicious turnips, and they're so delightful. Now the greens are still in good shape, and so we could, as a matter of fact, we have been eating some of those. We've been combining potatoes and turnips and mashing them together and adding some of the greens, lots of butter, and it provides such a delicious thing. On this bed I had issues with my cedar, and so things got too crammed together, but I think in retrospect that's been a good thing because that's been protecting the plants. And so anyways, look, I have a very nice bunch of turnips. They're gonna be for dinner tonight, and I barely, this bed is very is full with stuff here. All right, so we put those in our shopping basket here with our knife. Let's harvest one of these bok choys and see what they look like. Taking off some of the less looking leaves. Stems. This is still okay, but I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut the ends here. There's one more leaf that I can remove, and now we have this really beautiful thing. Really beautiful, nice and green and sweet. Yum yum. I'm hungry already. This other row, we have some nice kohlrabi, and we have been harvesting from here. 3 different varieties. The leaves are looking sad. The bulbs are just fine. me keep walking and show some of the other varieties because I think they look better. You know, some of these really nice. Okay, we'll have this tonight. Go down the aisle a little further. We have some of these good, great looking vegetables. Oh man, can't wait to eat you. I can't wait to eat you. Nice. We still have some of these things. We have broccoli, a nice head of broccoli. Well, not as nice as I would like. It's been here for too long, so I'm just gonna let nature take care of it. Maybe I'll cut it down for the chickens. But over here, some better looking heads of broccoli. I hope, because we've been harvesting aggressively from here this past few days. Come to an end. Look at this nice head. Oh, this one's still good. So this one I'm gonna take. This and head of broccoli. And so here we have a very nice basket of goodies harvested on the second day of January 2020. Really, really pretty indeed. This brings a lot of joy to my family, and certainly it's really empowering to know that we can live in harmony with nature and eat from the great abundance that it produces. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if that's the case, please consider subscribing if you're not. In the meantime, we wish you a blessed year, and please come back.